What's up, guys? Silver here with another Spartan Assault Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Switched Off, which is Complete Operation C. Some general tips if you're having trouble with any of the missions throughout the game is to put on some boosters or get better weapons to start the mission. And to do that, you want to select the mission you want to do, and then you'll come to this screen, the Armory. And as you can see, it shows your loadout where you're going to start the mission with. So you have your primary weapon, secondary weapon, armor ability, and booster. So you can see I clicked on my primary weapon, which was an assault rifle, but we could upgrade it to a sniper, a Spartan laser, or a rocket launcher. And the way you could do that is by using XP that you've gathered by playing the game just naturally over time, and you could select better weapons and boosters and everything before you start a mission if you're having trouble with a particular mission. So same thing with the secondary weapon, we could upgrade that to any of those weapons as well. And then you have your armor ability, which you could change. In the video here, it's showing Regen Field as the default armor ability, but that will change based on whatever mission you're playing. But we could actually change it to an auto sentry, overshield, or seeker drone. And then also the booster we could change to a shield booster, damage booster, or score booster. I would recommend a damage booster if you're having trouble. It makes your weapons more powerful, no matter what they are. So it's easier to just tear through the enemies, and that obviously makes it way less likely that they'll be able to kill you. And you can also see that my profile allows for one free use of some of these items because of the fact that I got certain achievements in Halo 4. But for someone that has never played Halo 4, that will not be available, unfortunately. So now that that's out of the way, a general tip for shooting is to just simply use both joysticks. One controls where you're moving, and you can still shoot with just that one joystick, but it is way less accurate than if you use both joysticks. The only downside is you actually move slower if you're using both joysticks, so just throwing that out there. I know some people have trouble with this game, but it's much easier if you're aware of that. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So here we go, mission C1. This mission is pretty straightforward. You basically go from point A to point B to finish the entire mission. You have to kill everyone in your path. So we start off with these 4 grunts and an elite. And this mission is pretty easy because if you are ever low on shield, you could just stay put or back up if you need to. Enemies don't really chase you at all, so you could just fight until you're low on shield and then just back up and wait for it to recharge and then just go back at them again. So that's what we're going to do for this whole mission, basically. Threw a nade here. Didn't want to go after the grunt there with it. Wanted to take out this elite, but that's all right. The elites you could actually melee after shooting them once. Their shields are low enough and their health is low enough where you could just melee them to finish off the kill. So that makes it pretty quick to take out those elites. And you can see I'm just going to shoot that elite once and then smack them, like I mentioned. Easy enough. These red elites are more powerful, though, so you can't do that with them. I'm just going to throw a grenade at that guy. But again, you could see that I'm just kind of holding up a little bit, pushing forward when I have a lot of shield, and then just kind of hanging back if I ever need to recharge it. This section could be a little dangerous. It's a little bit of a choke point, and there are a couple suicide grunts that are running at you, so make sure that you have enough shield when you run in there and try to take out the suicide grunts before they get to you so they don't damage you with those grenades. The elites we're going to continue to try to take out with grenades from afar, unless we're one shot and then smacking them, like those blue elites right there. That guy dodged my nade, but we'll just throw another one at him. We got enough nades to go around. Then we could always just one-shot kill these grunts. I'm going to tear into them with an assault rifle, though. And you can take these guys out from far away. As you can see, the jackal with the needler is really the only threat from far away. But even he goes down. And then we're going to hijack this shade turret in the middle here, and we could use this to take out the remaining 4 elites in this section. And you can see it's already half dead, so it's a little risky if you get naded a lot all at once. But we took them out quickly enough. If the shade turret is too weak, obviously just jump out and take the elites out manually with nades or your weaponry, your guns, obviously. So here we are on the next mission. We're going to go down and take out this jackal via melee, and then we're going to melee these 2 grunts as well. Then we're going to cut back up. This mission, we don't have to go anywhere. We're basically just holding out for as long as possible until the mission ends. So we basically just have to fight off a bunch of waves of enemies. This is the first wave. And right there, I just picked up a focus rifle. I exchanged my plasma pistol, which I start the mission with, for the focus rifle. It's a lot better. And we are going to take on the second wave of enemies, which is a bunch of drones. So we're going to fight those guys. They're pretty easy to deal with. They don't have that much health. And you could actually melee them if you didn't know that. They are flying up above you. So it seems like you shouldn't be able to melee them, but you can. So use that to your advantage. I just exchanged my regeneration field for the sprint armor ability. So we're going to use that in a little bit just to kind of gain an upper hand. But yeah, you could melee the drones. So if they're close by, just smack them. They're a one-hit kill. And if they're far away, you could use your focus rifle. I just grabbed more focus rifle ammo as well from the right side of the crate, kind of in the middle there. But we're going to run over here now. And if you're quick enough, you could destroy the suicide grunt or kill the suicide grunt as he spawns in, and he'll drop his nades and kill all of his friends as well. So a super easy way to take out that group of enemies quickly. And then we went to the bottom of the map to take out those guys, and we'll pay a visit to the people spawning in up top as well. Shoot them, nade them, whatever you got to do. And at this point, there will be 2 ghosts that spawn in, one up top and one down to the left here. I'm going to hijack this one. It doesn't matter which one you hijack, really. I always just like to hijack the one on the bottom left for whatever reason. Then we're going to go up and destroy the ghost. Then we have to rally the troops here. We have to collect the 2 engineers. So we got one, and the other one is down here. And then we have to go lead them to the middle of the map where we started. So that's easy enough. This is a pretty small map, actually. So we'll just go into the middle here, and there will be more waves of enemies, but we have a ghost now that we could use. So we could splatter them or shoot them with our gun. And you want to be aware that you need to protect the people in the middle now. Those 2 engineers you still need to protect, even though you already kind of gathered them. You still need to keep an eye on them. So you can see they have 2 health bars over their heads, so just keep an eye on that. But there's 3 shield doors where enemies could come from. One is up top here. I like to keep an eye on these guys so I could easily just splatter them as they come into existence. They spawn in, they die immediately. We don't got to worry about those guys. And then I just kind of duck back down here to see what's up. You could use your radar. I could see that there's people below me. There's more people that just spawned in above me. And there is also the shield door where we hijacked the ghost. That is the 3rd place where enemies will come from. So just keep an eye on your radar. A lot of enemies will try to come up to the top where you are and fight you. So they kind of gravitate towards you if you're close enough to them. So that's good for the purposes of protecting the engineers. And also there are the 2 holes in the ground where drones come out of sometimes. But that's only in the beginning of the mission when the drones come out of those holes. Otherwise, you're totally good. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Just the shield door sections. And once the final wave of enemies deploys and you take them all out, and there's no more enemies in the level, the mission will end, and that's the end of that one. So now on to C3, which is a pretty easy mission if you know what to do. We're going to start off by throwing a couple grenades at the first wraith here. 1 nade and 2 nades should take them out. And then we'll grab the grenades that are sitting in that crate right there and go up to the second wraith. Do the same thing. We're going to throw 2 grenades at this wraith to take them out. And then we will be grabbing some more grenades out of the crate right here. And then we'll be moving up to the 3rd wraith. And we're actually going to hijack this wraith. We're not going to blow it up. We're going to use this wraith against him. We're going to cloak ourselves so he doesn't turn around and make it harder for us to board him. So we're going to use this wraith to take out 3 more wraiths. And then we'll actually get out of this wraith and blow it up for the 6th and final wraith kill. So that is 3 wraiths total so far. This will be number 4. Very easy to take out these wraiths with grenades or a wraith itself. So we have 4 down. We need 1 more, and then we'll blow up the wraith that we're actually in as well. So we're just going to basically shoot endlessly at this point in the shield door. This is where all of the enemies come from. So you could rack up a lot of points. This is a great strategy for gold stars as well for this mission. But it's also a great strategy for simply surviving and beating the mission. So here is our wraith. We're going to blow him up. And now we are done with this. We're just going to retreat back to the point where we started the mission, because that's actually where a hornet comes in to pick us up to finish the mission. So we're just going to make our way down. There might be a couple enemies just lying around, some stragglers. We could easily take those guys out with our wraith if we need to. It's pretty much at full health for the most part. Here comes an elite chasing after us. Kill him, because if you bail out of this wraith to blow it up, he might hop in and turn it against you. But we hopped out, and we're going to throw some grenades at this thing. And there is a turret right there as well. If you run out of grenades or for whatever reason you don't have nades or any ammo, you could always just hop on that turret. So here's our fresh ride, this sleek-looking hornet. It's going to evac us out of here. And mission accomplished will pop up, and that is the end of that one. So on to C4. Right off the bat, we're going to throw 2 grenades at these invisible sword-wielding elites. They're not invisible right off the bat, but once they detect you, they will turn invisible, and that's not good news. So just frag them right off the bat, and then we could cloak ourselves and kill these 3 grunts. One weird thing about this section is your sniper marines could get stuck on this Covenant barrier here, this thing right here that I'm shooting. So if they do that, just push them off physically. Just walk into them to push them off of it. Otherwise, they get stuck and they don't go to their post and you can't finish the mission. So with that in mind, we'll move forward and we're going to kill that elite. Cloak yourself, kill these 2 grunts. We're going to hide here and wait for our cloaking ability to recharge so we could go active camo again and get all up in these jackals' businesses. So we could just go behind them, smack them. Unfortunately, this guy kind of was aware of me. but I'll just, repeatedly melee him until his shield depletes and then just smack him in the face too. You could also lay into these guys with your Needler because all 4 Jackals have Needlers, so you could just replenish your ammo from their dead corpses. How convenient, how nice of them to be thinking about us and making sure that we're taken care of after they're gone. But right after killing those Jackals, you could see I cloaked myself and then snuck up behind that elite and stuck them, and then I just meleeed the 3 remaining grunts. Easy enough. These 2 guys up here are going to be suicide grunts, who you could easily take out as well from afar with your focus rifle. Then you could cloak yourself, close the gap, shoot the blue elite a little bit to take down his shield, and then you could finish him off with a melee. Then you can melee all those grunts. Then there's going to be another blue elite that comes out of the shield door here. Again, just shoot him a little bit with your focus rifle to take down his shield a little bit, and then you can finish him off with a quick melee. Then we're going to go up here and cloak ourselves, and we're going to throw a frag grenade at the sword-wielding elite as he gets close to the red elite, so we could take out both with just the 1 grenade. More focus rifle ammo down here. More on the dead red elite as well. He also had a grenade that is totally random. He may or may not in your playthrough. This guy, we're just going to weaken with our focus rifle and then take him out. Couple grunts. There is an invisible sword-wielding elite up here, and he'll probably detect you. But the easiest way to take them out once they do detect you and go invisible is to walk up to them, and then they'll chase after you. But then you just simply back up with your Needler and just lay into him, and 2 super combined explosions will kill him. And it's easy to land all those shots because he's running straight at you. So I've cloaked myself again, and we're going to stick the red elite. I don't know why I didn't stick the blue elite too. I guess I felt the focus rifle was good enough for this playthrough. There's a crate of grenades here, so you could stock up there. I tried to stick the invisible elite there, but he had other ideas. He does have a sword, obviously, so watch out for him, and watch out for the suicide grunts as well. They could be a pretty deadly combo. We're just going to back up and lay into him with needles like we did his previous invisible elite buddy, and we're going to take out the grunts easily enough as we're backing away as well. Then we're going to focus on this turret, just throw a few grenades at it. Could take 3, I believe, to blow it up. Then there's going to be a handful of other enemies spawning in. There's a shield door that they're coming in from just up and to the left of where we are right now. So you could back up and take out a lot of them with the focus rifle, but we could also close the gap by cloaking ourselves and then hijacking the shade turret, and then just finish off all the enemies in the area with this thing. And the second to last wave of enemies are those 2 invisible sword-wielding elites, and then the final wave is actually 1 invisible sword-wielding elite. So you can see here I'm actually playing with my food a little bit. I'm not sure if I could actually take damage from a sword-wielding elite when I'm in the shade turret, but it turns out I can. So I guess this was a successful experiment, and I'll proceed to kill this last sword-wielding elite, and that will be the end of the mission. So now for the last mission in this Operation C5, we're going to start off by going down and meleeing this grunt. Then we're going to grab the grenades out of that crate and cut back to the other side. There's 2 more grunts. Smack them or shoot them with a shotgun, whatever you need to do to kill them. Then we're going to hop in this turret, and we're going to take out this charging brute chieftain. Our sniper guy's trying to help out, but he missed that shot. We're going to take this guy out. It takes 2 hits with the shade turret to kill the brute chieftain. We could see there is an engineer coming to that pylon to do some techie egghead stuff. I don't know what he's a scientist. He's a nerd. He's doing something, but we got to protect him. We're going to use this turret to kill as many drones as possible before they kind of get past us. And once they do get past us and start attacking him, we're going to bail out, and we're going to come over here and personally smack these guys in the face. Because remember, you could melee these drones. So once they kind of break the lines, just bail on the shade, come over here and melee the rest of them so that engineer doesn't take too much damage. But then, once the drones are totally done over there, there's going to be enemies coming in from the left side. You can see a bunch of grunts are piling in from this shield door. So we're going to hop in this shade turret and make quick work of these guys. And we're going to keep doing that until about 36 seconds remaining on the countdown timer in the top center of the screen. Maybe a little earlier than that even. They will stop. And then at about 30 seconds, they're going to start up again. There's going to be a new spot where they come in right here. You can see I'm shooting right now. They're going to start coming in from that old spot. And also the drones are coming in from the cliffside as well. So 3 spots where enemies are coming in from now. If you have a engineer that has a lot of health, which we have right now, you could kind of ignore the drones for the most part and focus on the grunts. Just take some shots at the drones whenever you get a chance, but mostly focus on the grunts. And then obviously if the engineer takes a lot of damage, you could always bail and manually smack them, but we're at the point where the enemies stop coming in. The engineer did a very good job of staying alive. Good job. And now we're going to focus fire up top here. There's going to be about a minute straight of just enemies pouring in from the top where we're shooting right now and coming straight at us. So it's really easy to kill these guys. Really easy to hold out because they're running straight at us and we have infinite ammo. And it's a one-shot kill no matter who comes at you. If it's an elite or a grunt, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to sit here. Nice and comfy. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think this turret is very comfortable. It's made for an alien tuchus. And it's probably even uncomfortable for a lot of the aliens, too, because they have a wide variety of butts. There's an elite butt, there's grunt butts, there's jackal butts. Whose butt does this fit? I assume it's made for elite butts. But anyway, I digress. You can see that at about 125 on the countdown timer, there's enemies coming in from different points other than just that one spot we were kind of laying into with the shade turret. So we're going to have our head on a swivel here and keep rotating towards the enemy wherever they come from. And you could hold out here for a long time, possibly even the entire mission. But there's a good chance that your shade turret will take some damage from grenades and the like. So we're going to bail at around a minute. And I'm just going to show you what to do if your shade turret gets blown up and you can't really use it anymore. We're going to sprint over here, blow up this fusion core because we don't want that blowing up when we're next to it, and just kind of wedge yourself in here. Just kind of hold to the left so you could get in there as deep as possible. And most enemies don't reach you over here. They just ignore you. You can see this elite has a hard time figuring out what to do. How do I get over here? He has no idea. He's actually going to squeak by. But we could actually... we could just shoot him with our shotgun. There's actually that guy who is kind of acting as Johnson, like in Halo 3 in the final mission where he has a Spartan laser up on the cliffside, and he helps us out with the Flood. This guy's helping us out with the Covenant. Some random Marine off-screen will randomly shoot a sniper rifle shot. He almost shot me there. I assume that he wasn't aiming for me, but who knows. But there's also an armor ability sitting right there, which I should have grabbed. It's regeneration. So if I do take any damage, I could just throw down the regeneration field instead of having sprint. But either way, not many people come by this area. One enemy you can count on going towards you, though, is that final suicide grunt. But he's easily deterred by a shotgun blast to the face, so that's the end of this one and the end of the operation. I'll see you guys for Operation D. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You could also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you could find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.